1 here of BetBoom versus Shopify Rebellion. Bog, what do you make of this one? We're getting some fun stuff coming out, some heroes that we don't really see too much. I mean, in particular, the Death Prophet's this last pick for BetBoom. It's just not really been a patch where a lot of people have been playing up.
No, it's a hero that can be pretty difficult to get to, to scale all the way to the later stage and stuff like that. But I'm glad to see it picked. You know, it was rising in popularity when Eternal Shroud first got added. Then people just realized, oh my god, I can't break high ground even with something like DP. But it can be a tempo setter, right? So trying to match the pace of something like DK, and even though the lane might not be as good as it once was for the DP versus DK, you can take towers, right? Their draft definitely can look to seize those objectives with this, so yeah, so pretty interesting.
And on the side of Shopify Rebellion, we sort of come in later in the draft. We get Saberlight getting the Underlord, a hero that not every team has really been interested in playing around with. Do you think this is kind of what the plan was all along for Shopify, or do you think they sort of got into a corner in the draft where there wasn't really too much left that they wanted in that position?
Most got banned, right? The Mars was taken out, so were pretty much all the other ones that he would ideally want. It still fits the archetype that I think that he would want. And also, it can do some fun stuff of picking and choosing fights. Let's say DP ults. You just Fiend's Gate out elsewhere or something like that, or you Fiend's Gate and ganker with multiple extra heroes. So definitely some cool possibility. I think this hero is still kind of underrated, to be honest.
Okay. And what do you reckon sort of about, BetBoom, obviously, with this as a support duo, kind of the trick shot supports, yes, right? You know, the skill shots, but you're looking at a Mirana and Muerta. You know, this is some sort of high-level execution support duo, right? These guys, they've got to hit their spells.
Yeah, it's pretty common for them to do these two heroes, though, right? They do love their Muerta on save. Toronto Tokyo, as they said on panel, it's his favorite hero on the Mirana, so very comfort kind of stuff. This will be interesting to see how these lanes all end up going down. I'm going to be watching bottom in particular, too, because this one I feel like the Morph could be under some difficulties just in last hitting versus Underlord. Just the Atrophy aura is a bit annoying, and that high base damage. Well, I feel like Arteezy in particular, he's got a pretty free lane up top, right? He's got the Lifestealer versus the Centaur. Should be able to have a quite good time just getting that free farm with the techies behind him. So I would say I like Shopify's lanes a little bit more.
Sure. Sure, even in sort of that mid-matchup, I mean, I think as the panel was saying, in the past, right, the Death Prophet could cause some issue. Bottom lane, Toronto Tokyo, he's standing his ground, the arrow. With the Ferret Fire, KitRak, he's going to come out on top.
There you go.
As they were both fighting to the death there, and indeed at the end of it all, I think Toronto Tokyo just not accounting for the fact that KitRak had that Ferret Fire ready to go.
And he has the pull open. So KitRak, he gets the kill, has that big camp pull, so he's already going to be able to reset lane position as well too. So very good start for them bottom. Yeah, mid, I feel like DK just does good in every matchup. Sure. He either wins or just does, good. So I feel like Yopaj, very experienced, should be able to do just fine. Didn't need to use that Breathe of Fire, but Breathe Fire, whatever, GPK gets
top lane. Some good body blocks here from Miro is going to leave no opportunity for Scam to escape. BetBoom, they get themselves a kill on the board.
It's a very strong lane here also for BetBoom. Arteezy shouldn't be under too much pressure, I would say, but Scam definitely can die constantly.
Sure, he's got to be careful.
I mean, I say that, but they do have like the silence and the stuff. They do have quite a bit of burst if R2 is not too careful. He does kill the Rage at level 2, so I mean, he should be fine in theory.
Yeah, I guess sort of the risk lies in whether there's situations where maybe Scam sort of baits Arteezy into like an aggressive play, and then like suddenly BetBoom's able to get the turnaround, silence into stun. So gotta just play it chill, hit the creeps, and so far on the CS on that top lane, we're 7 and 3 on Arteezy. As Miro has got 8 and 6. So pretty even between the two of them. Miro getting quite a fair few denies in already.
Yeah, the base damage advantage, right? Centaur, this is why people really like to play him right now, and have always kind of liked to play him. Great animation, and you have like 80 base damage, and now he's going to have 2 bracers too, so tough to push out a lane, even though Lifestealer also a difficult one to push out. So let's see, mid, 15-4, 12-2 right now. GPK slightly ahead, but looking at bottom, a big win for Saberlight right now.
Be able to get the Lotus as well. The lane's going to continue to get easier and easier here for Saberlight on his Underlord.
Yep, he's got the 2 points in Atrophy now, so 14% versus something like Morphling is very nice.
Yeah, really good damage trading here by GPK.
Yeah, he's doing excellent here. Ooh, late glyph. I think that must have been GPK's glyph, right? I think he wanted to stop Yopaj from getting those 2 CS with Breathe Fire, but he gets him anyway. Didn't look like it was from any of the other lanes.
Still just the moment.
Back to even.
looks to be the slowest start for RTZ up top.
Yeah.
12 and 4, 12 and 5. But as you say, it shouldn't die. But yeah, they're getting the last hit secured against Miro's Centaur. Not proven to be too easy on these first few waves.
Oh, and Saberlight. Okay, so adaptation to be made also since he's playing versus Morphling. An item you don't see too often. He's got a Corrosion on the Underlord. So pretty cool that heal negation versus Morph if he's able to get hits off. They could pose kill threats, even with like the root if you'd like to get an early point in it too. That's cool. That's cool. I haven't seen it in particular versus on an Underlord versus a Morph, right?
Sure. And it still feels kind of tricky, right? It's one of those lanes where the Morph sort of has to make a mistake, right, to ever be caught in a position for these two heroes to kill him.
But can see the reason why he'd want it also versus a Death Prophet, right? So now they have a Corrosion at least from that lane, even though we usually see the Lifestealer get it. I guess it's going to be the Underlord who's going to try to get some extra right clicks in. See if it works out for him.
Nice try.
They're going to get to go try to put some pressure onto Miero.
See what they can do. I mean, yeah, RTZ's not going to overcommit. Yep. Wants to make sure that he continues to focus on getting those CS under the tower.
Making RTZ commits his rage just to be able to stop a sentry, but could get himself killed with this.
He's caught in the silence, and indeed, I think he's gone.
Okay, I mean, if we can get a camera on up top to see what he did there.
What happened there?
So he went to kill the sentry that was blocking hardcam. He rage committed for it, and then they just killed him. I mean, that's a big blunder there from Artur.
Because honestly, I mean, the lane actually wasn't going too bad for him.
I mean, he killed that point. He straight up killed himself.
He was catching up with the CS. He was taking over and getting a fair few denies actually back against Miro. So an unfortunate death there for him to have.
Must have thought that he'd be able to survive the burst, but yeah, he literally ran in, rage, killed a sentry, and yeah, put himself in a position to die. He's still gonna go Corrosion. It's still such a good item versus the Morph and DP, but yeah, a death that could have definitely been avoided by him.
Bing bong.
Bing bong. Always on the pause.
God gamer alert!
We've got Kitrak obviously making this move over towards the mid. He's able to get that ward down.
Power rune, yeah, trying to secure that one.
I mean, I guess it's very hard to make a move onto GPK, right, when he's got these 3 points in Siphon. You're not going to burst him. He's going to get a Siphon off, so...
They have Catapult advantage, though, and Yopaj is 6. So could at least get some tower pressure here and force some stuff out of GPK. Looks like we should be able to get back into the game.
Well, they will have Toronto Tokyo heading over towards the mid as well to help out.
Oh, maybe he just arrows the catapult.
GPK.
Right, he could just send one over there toward that siege.
It's going to be the 6-minute power, and GPK immediately with the Exorcism. There'll be the jump forward from Scam, see if they can burst through this DP. They can't, and GPK is able to turn and get the kill on Kitrak.
Good arrow. Catching him to stun it off. Exorcism has been used. It's going to be just to farm a little bit here.
Yeah, I mean, definitely worth it, though. It means that Shopify Rebellion can't commit in towards him, and he's got the damage to get the kill like that.
Catapult
popping it as soon as he knows he's going for the power rune.
Yep, Catapult's still alive mid. I want to see if Toronto Tokyo does arrow that one, just so it stops any pressure onto the tower here. But he's actually just leaving it.
Swing back bottom.
Yeah, he's just going back bottom, so let's see what Yopaj... Yopaj is going to take advantage of that. Exo down, and he has a siege creep in mid. He's going to get a lot of tower damage here. I feel like Tokyo should have arrowed it, but oh well.
See how quickly GPK is able to take this pressure off. I mean, the fortification coming in, as you say, Yopaj going all in on doing as much as he can.
He's going to keep it alive.
I mean, it's already half the health of the tower here with his first use of Dragon Form. Very good pressure here from Yopaj. And even if that's the most of it, that'll be something that Yopaj is more than happy with. Next Dragon Form, that tower's going down.
Absolutely. And they could have prevented a bit of that there, but wanted to go back to the lane. Guess Nightfall was probably telling him, please come back to my lane and help me. So he's able to go back down there. Nightfall, good separation between Min and Arteezy now. 500 gold difference.
And about 500, yeah, as you said, yeah. I mean, I guess just the sort of difference in that death that Arteezy had up top.
Miero under tower. There's backup coming from Toronto Tokyo.
I mean, TP's going to be coming in, of course, here for Shopify Rebellion. They don't want to allow BetBoom to get away with this sort of move. Kitrak's got the setup onto Miro, but not going to be able to commit him with anything else. I mean, Scam does have Blast Off if he feels that he can try for this, but now feels that the damage is just not going to be there if he jumps forward, and especially with Save and Toronto Tokyo by Miro's side. Shopify Rebellion won't be able to get anything out of this, other than, of course, just keeping Arteezy safe from the potential dive.
Save can always do the play also where if Scam does go for the blast off, he can bounce him out of range in midair, right, with Dead Shot, if he's able to get the angle. Power Rune top. Kidtrek will deny that one away from GPK. Ooh. What a dead shot.
Very nice angle there from Save.
That was sick.
And that'll get the job done. Beautiful shot.
Wow. That requires practice for sure. It's a nice one.
Early days here. 4-1. Goal difference. Very, very, very even.
But Arteezy slowed down.
So if you get the chance to mess around with him again, I mean, both supports for BetBoom, Save and Toronto Tokyo continuing to stay up on this top lane. I very much feel that Nightfall can be left on his own, and of course down bottom Nightfall, unless Skem can find some sort of surprise move, but it's tricky. Nightfall, of course, yet to be caught off guard down here.
He's got the level 3 blast off, so it is a high amount of burst damage, but yeah, Nightfall. He's hiding himself away. I'm going to keep watching Skem at least.
And there's definitely a chance that he gets caught, but he's playing it smooth so far here in the Mortho. Hit him with the scan. They know that he's farming this area.
Oh, is Skem going to find the angle? Meanwhile, Yopaj mid is taking that tower.
And they're also bringing in both supports here from Shopify Rebellion to try for a jump on Nightfall. There's the blast off.
He gets him. He was shifting down.
He was shifting further into the Agi when that happened, so guaranteed kill there. No problem for Shopify Rebellion.
Nice angle. Slax was right.
They're going to get some good pressure onto this tier 1 tower bottom. The tier 1 mid does still stand. Didn't manage to get that heavy of a push as he may have hoped for, Yopaj, with that second dragon form. But tower's being taken nonetheless. The tier 1 bottom, it's gone.
I was going to say, I like this build from GPK. They are lacking a little bit of setup. They have the Centaur, of course, but lacking some for the Mirana and the Muerta. So this could be cool to allow him to be that extra catch as Arteezy. He's got Infest.
They got Backup coming in as well here with the Fiend's Gate.
Nice
trying to keep Arteezy fine. They've got the Bushwhack onto Miro. Still got the remainder of the Stampede to create the distance between them. Should be enough to keep Miro alive. So they get out, but again, Shopify making these moves to make sure that Arteezy doesn't die.
And it's a quick, easy one for Saberlight. He's directly back bottom right after they take the tower. Yopaj gets himself an Arcane, gets extra hits on the tower. It's down to 200 now in mid. But GPK is holding on to his all the way up to this 10-minute mark now. And that Atos is finished, and he's got his ult, so he could look to force mid tower himself now with the catapult wave.
Let's see if he wants to pop it. He's going to try and get some info first. Top lane, Arteezy.
My goodness.
Caught by the two of them. It's a lot of burst if he gets caught in that silence and stun.
And now he's struggling after that first death.
I mean, with sort of this sort of setup now that BetBoom have, and sort of how easy they're able to kill him, it's getting to the point where it's kind of tough for him to come back to this top lane. I mean, the 2 times that he has been up here, to get the chance to hit some creep waves, he's kind of needed the entirety of Shopify Rebellion to come up and try and keep him safe. As soon as he gets left on his own, it's absolute potential for BetBoom to kill him.
Absolutely. Nightfall is he's struggling in a similar kind of department also, right? Like 300 ahead of him in net worth. So yeah, both these cores really under pressure this game. And now we see Saberlight also. He's queuing up the Atos. So both sides trying to find more forms of catch. Of course, this item is fantastic on Underlord with the pit.
Yeah, they've got the Blink Dagger on Yopaj, so Shopify, they can look for plays with the sort of setup and follow-up of Kitrak. And of course, Skem. Both supports offering fantastic burst.
Oh, this could be a nice move if they can finish off Saberlight with GPK.
It's a good arrow.
Ooh.
Actually, no, it's not a good arrow. He's actually able to dodge it.
The death shot.
Oh, he doesn't miss, though. But the skill shots that Toronto Tokyo doesn't hit, Save certainly will.
Perfect time to rotate. Saberlight was going to live. A great move, and they don't even have to commit Exo, so now they can actually use Moonlight Shadow. Look to collapse onto mid, perhaps. Haste runes top. Yopaj will get lucky for that one.
Maybe they'll settle for Kitrak, they will. And this time, Toronto Tokyo, he'll hit the arrow. Not going to be long enough to, again, these dead shots, they never miss from Save. Doesn't matter, too deep behind the tier 1, Kitrak's fine. And in fact, Shopify, they're trying to turn and take a kill in return. They go for Toronto Tokyo. Yopaj, not quite enough damage to kill the Mirana, so he'll also have to retreat as well with the haste rune.
Arteezy TP's mid to try to help boys out, just slowing his farm down more and more. Nightfall is now starting to recover, getting that farm up under no pressure, and Arteezy moving around.
Yeah, I mean, difficult for Arteezy to really have impact turning up anyway. Of course, going straight for the Radiance Rush, no sort of armlet on the way. So just all about trying to make sure that this Radiance timing doesn't come out too slowly.
doesn't have that, fantastic core-to-core matchup by any means.
Set up in the mid, and that's the blink reveal from Miro. Easy follow-up to the ATOS for GPK. Kitrak's gone, the ghosts are out, and BetBoom, they'll look to take the tier 1.
They can really start to set tempo now. Miro with blink. GPK able to always set up for these towers. Toronto Tokyo also looking for a flank, setting up around Ancients, maybe some vision.
Dire structures are fortified.
The fortification here, Shopify. Stampede, I mean, Miro wants to kind of dive deep. Same to be said for Save. They were seeing if they could get back in behind the tower and get a jump.
Quick blink. Still get a tower.
BetBoom now with a 2K lead.
And they can always pose kill threat on Tarteezy with the silence from Save, with the blink dagger on Miro so early up. Tarteezy gonna TP bottom, a smoke coming out. Looks like Shopify.
Let's see what they can do themselves. They have got great burst, post supports. They're post level 6 now.
Hey, both sides, right? They definitely always have that kill threat. Atos at the ready on Saberlight. They see GPK.
They can absolutely burst him. Dragon Tail into the blast off, bushwhack, and a sharpshooter coming in. He's gone.
They gotta cancel TP. Yeah, tower. It will fall. Very similar movements, it feels like, coming out. Very close game here in these first 14 minutes, 7-3. Both carries at least struggling in a similar department.
It is indeed just a question of who's going to be able to recover the best this game. Yep. RTZ on the Lifestealer or Nightfall on the Morph.
It's close to his Manta, so Nightfall at least will have some ways to protect himself a bit, but Pit is pretty good. Pit's always going to be very useful versus this as well. Same thing for that Techies.
Back in action around the mid. GPK.
Excellent.
Still down for 45. It's a race to get those Eternal Shrouds online for him. And by the looks of it, also for Miro.
Super valuable, of course, on the Death Prophet. There's good amount of,
they've got their eyes on RTZ.
Good amount of magic damage. Artur has to be cautious.
And if Miro gets the jump, it's still kind of hard to burst him, and he does have Kitrak by his side. Miro's going to see if he can get in.
He should have time to get the rage.
It's difficult now.
Things back to near even. Miro showing himself for a second. Kitrak wanting to set up. They have the global threat of Fiend's Gate if they catch the initial stun. Can't quite get it. If they get the first stun, Fiend's Gate comes in, Pit plus Atos. Even if there's a Stampede, they will have kill threat onto most of these heroes. So always have to watch out for that global threat.
At the leash, RTZ
catching up.
Should be able to get the space to get that first hurdle covered and get the relic picked up. Just a couple of 100 gold away from it.
The Nightfall just a little bit faster on his timings, though. How's DP doing? Level 11 still. DK level 12. Mage Slayer near online. So another, more reasons why we don't see Death Prophet as well too. Mage Slayer, very good item versus DP. So we'll see how they end up dealing with that one if GPK does constantly get hit from Yopaj.
Radiant's top tower is under attack.
Yeah, both teams absolutely able to try and push for the next tower objective that they'd hoped for.
Similar kind of styles from the drafts, right? So the DK versus DP, even though you don't see it as often anymore, they have a similar archetype in the early game, at least. Of course, later DK gets pretty crazy with the Manta and whatnot, but...
Shopify.
Well, this looks like it could be a big clash. Saberlight can always join in as well. BetBoom, they have an amp damage on GPK, who's also now hit level 12.
Dire are scanning.
Really want to find something here, Shopify. Yopaj has already popped the Dragon Form for this smoke play. It's already through half of it.
Yeah, they really want to utilize that Fiend's Gate, try to get at least some type of pick off here, because they do have some timings here with the Mage Slayers we were mentioning before as well. Is Miro going to show on the wave? Clears it very quickly and backs away.
Not quite able to get the catch that they'd hoped for there, Shopify.
Yopaj, stop blowing up the bombs. He just blew up 3 of his homies' bombs. Yeah, he aggroed them onto the bombs. The worst nightmare when you're playing techies. Your own teammates killing your minds. Does Saberlight actually almost have it finished? Oh my god, he does. He's gonna have a pipe pretty soon. Oh, Nightfall, he's spotted under a ward here.
Oh, he's playing safe, though.
What's coming out on his courier? Clarity.
Dire's middle tower is under attack.
Oh, that was scary for a second there.
He's good. He's fine. Shopify, they're very much feeling to be the more aggressive ones right now. Trying to find these sort of jumps. BetBoom continue to stay hovered around GPK in the mid. Kind of looking to use him as a bit of a bait, potentially.
They see Yopaj there for a second.
The amplified damage rune popped on GPK. If he wants to fight with the Exorcism, he's going to be super strong. Yopaj can show himself in the mid. They'll look to just jump the DK straight away, and Yopaj, he does not stand a chance.
Instant dead. Can't even Fiends Gate him.
I mean, yeah, it's too dangerous to go through that to join the fight right now as BetBoom in a very solid position pushing down the mid lane. With this Exorcism already saving Mira, trying to wrap around from the side. They get the opening with a Who Stomp. They've got the burst and control to take down Kitrack as well. Save with the double. Popping off here on the support Moya. It's a 2-0-5.
They know they can't finish the tower off, so GPK is just going to go bottom to get as much as possible out of the EXO. Arteezy does have his Radiance. Be careful how you step up there. They actually know he's here.
And they're kind of sort of surrounding him for the side if they want to go for this. I mean, save.
He's been pretty insane with his silences and dead shots, but looks like Artur should be okay. Yopaj, that was a DK form. He blinked, showed himself in the wave, and then they just had free go on him.
They just went straight away.
He's got to be a little more careful. They always will have damage, especially if he's not able to get any hits off to reduce any of that magic. He got fully controlled.
I mean, if they're able to sort of keep this level of calm in the game, I mean, how does sort of the rate of farm compare between a Morphling and a Lifestealer with the Radiance? Like, will the Morphling always stay ahead, or can you catch back up with this Radiance?
You can, depending on what happens in fights and stuff like that. Morph usually stays a little ahead, and he will always be able to turn into the Lifestealer and stuff like that inside the team fight. So you always have that core-to-core matchup advantage, but you can never really, write off how much Atrophy Aura and all these damage reductions do, because there's a Breathe Fire and an Atrophy Aura, so these spells are pretty damn strong. Saberlight
is pretty tanky. Can they burst through it? With the four of them, I mean, Yopaj is going to try and come in and help out. They'll jump forward with the blast off. I mean, he's still alive. Finally, he falls, though. Saberlight's out. Same to be said here for Scam. Arteezy's trying to fight back, but Nightfall's able to keep his distance. GPK hit by the Sharp Shot, but he's only down to half HP. They can't quite kill the Death Prophet. I mean, Arteezy is continuing to try and fight them, but the damage at the moment is just not there, and Arteezy has to back off. Be a 2-for-1.
Too tanky still at this point. The DP and the Morph, they don't have the burst. They need every single hero to be able to go for that. And yeah, it starts off with them just losing the Underlord. Yeah,
I mean, they're at least able to get the focus in on towards Mira, get something out of this. But overall, we're definitely seeing, in particular with the GPK Death Prophet and the Nightfall Morph, two cores at this stage that are very difficult for Shopify Rebellion to take down.
Yeah, they keep getting some really nice initiations. Keeping that Morph separated nicely. 1,700 ahead. He's now starting to claim those top positions.
Shopify. The way that last fight went, I mean, what would you imagine sort of the plan's going to be coming up? Do they need to be trying to look for these smoke plays, maybe still without Arteezy, whilst Arteezy tries his best to catch up? Radiance build, I mean, what's sort of the move here?
I think a lot's going to be up to initiations, who gets the initial jump if they're able to just burst one hero, because they still do have that option with the DK, with the Hoodwink, with the Techies.
But they're so tanky. I mean,
they are
tanky. What, 2,700 HP with this Eternal Shroud.
They have to kind of catch it, feels like a support maybe or something at the start. Definitely not the easiest.
They're going to try. Smoke up. Arteezy's ready to get involved. Inside Yopaj. BetBoom, they're prepared. They're on the high ground. GPK's going to step out, though. They're going to try and burst him, or at least think about it. They're going with the drag down the bushwhack. I mean, they barely scratch him. He's perfectly fine now. They're going to look to turn straight over towards the two of them. They're in onto Yopaj. The pipe's popped here by Saberlight. But again, Arteezy and Yopaj, they're having to back up to the high ground, get themselves away from GPK and his Exorcism.
They got to kind of reset a little bit here. They get a stun.
I mean, they're looking back at the DP, but they just don't have the damage to fully go on him. And Arteezy says 40 gets caught. The Who Stomp and bursted.
He just walked right in again.
He's immediately dead. I mean, Shopify Rebellion, I don't know if they can try and take these fights right now.
Oh, this is looking grim.
How on earth do they kill GPK? I mean, they go in on him at the start, but you already feel the hesitation from them. They know at this point, they just don't really have what it takes to kill this Death Prophet.
It feels like as soon as they saw the Exo, I thought they were going to run away. I thought they were going to reset away from the team fight and look for a go afterwards, but they commit into EXO.
I mean, you see at this point, it feels like they're going to back off, but RTZ caught at the front as he sort of questions whether or not he can get back in and try and make this fight happen. He certainly couldn't. That's a rough one. RTZ, the difference between him and Nightfall continuing to grow.
More and more. They just tickle the heroes. Even if they get that initial, they have to find something else. They can't just let them try to go on this DP. The DP is just completely invulnerable at this point versus their kind of all magic damage. They don't really have much physical at this point whatsoever. Lifesteal can't stick on these targets.
Needs more farm, needs more items. Back to the jungle for RTZ.
Yeah, but
trying to get his S and Y online at least.
It doesn't feel good to be, you're sitting back and, now go back and farm as a lifesteal when you're playing versus a Morphling, right? The Morph is just going to be like, okay, I'm perfectly fine with this type of scaling. Nightfall approaching Akanda, level 16 compared to level 13 on Artur. Got to try to catch him either when they're split up or just away from EXO, it feels like, for Shopify. It's not an easy task, but yeah, fighting against EXO is just
even with the EXO down, how do you fight into this Death Prophet?
Yeah.
GPK is going to be close to having the Kaya Sanj.
Gotta find him split.
He's so tanky at this point. He's got a shield rune as well in the bottle. Pretty much unkillable in these fights, unless he gets caught completely, separate from the rest of his team. But at the moment, it's just not happening. Toronto, Tokyo, and Save been great with the position and have always been there ready for any sort of fight that kicks off around one of their cores.
Every time. And now he's got a shield rune too to boot, right? A lot of people have been asking about this Death Prophet hero for some time.
It's looking pretty good this game.
Yeah, I mean, the Eternal Shroud build, it always has its merits. He's frontlining perfectly. EXO's back up. They can go for the Roche. They don't even really need to pop the EXO. It's going to go down quick enough here to Nightfall. And now what do you do? Versus an Aegis. The damage is just not quite there for Shopify yet.
Group up from BetBoom could start to get a little bit too strong for Shopify to stop.
They can probably start forcing stuff with the EXO, with this Morphling this big. Start looking for some tier 2s.
Radiant's middle tower is under attack.
For Shopify, let's see what they can look for the next big items. Because usually I'm looking at, okay, if the Lifestealer's struggling, things like this are happening. Sometimes we see these hoodwinks getting the big farm, but Kitrak got more of a defensive route this game. He's also 1-4-1, so not really getting that scaling just yet.
Miro. Oh, look at this here with the Moonlight Shadow set. Able to just walk up and set up onto Scam.
Another freebie. Setting up for top as well, too. Now they want to pick every single fight.
GPK's quick.
Saberlight.
They've got to get out of it. Saberlight going out with the TP. GPK, is he going to be able to find him? It's very close. But he does make it out of there.
Bottom tower is under attack.
Save. Set up around mid for RTZ.
I feel safe farming around this area with this deep observer ward they've got down in Shopify. Yopaj by his side.
Can they ever catch any of these BetBoom heroes split off? So far, it's just not been the case. BetBoom always covering each other perfectly.
I mean, Shopify Rebellion's kind of split up here. They're going to try for the jump on to save.
And they finish him.
He's able to get the ult off.
Nope.
And yeah, he's not dying. And now Artista's got to try for the TP out. He will manage to make it away with the Rage TP.
But Yopaj.
But meanwhile, elsewhere as well, Mira's taken out Saberlight. Yopaj also has the BKB TP out. He'll get out of there. But Skem, he's going to get left behind. Waveform forward. 2 dead on Shopify Rebellion. They're just not able to get anything in return from BetBoom.
They can't even kill the support. Muerta just pops his ult. 4 staffs away. They don't have that mixed damage, at least there, with those 2 heroes to go for him. It's looking rough. Looking rougher and rougher by the moment. I was thinking, like, ideally that's how they want to try to catch things with like a Fiend's Gate, try to catch these heroes off guard when they're not all set up on BetBoom, but BetBoom is prepared every time. Yeah, never mind, now massive.
Sort of to the point where BetBoom can let's take the tier 2, maybe take away the Tormentor. Yeah, Nightfall's actually going to start on that. Here with Miro. Oh, they didn't finish,
they didn't finish it off.
It was 1 hit.
He got scared.
I mean, that was 1 hit. Come on.
He got scared.
Okay,
I mean,
but they had that.
He had it, but
just 1 more hit. I mean, that is yeah, playing very, very safe there, just immediately getting out, and that will allow Scam to get himself a free shard.
Shopify gets something going their way for the first time, it feels like.
A little bit of mercy from BetBoom.
Feels like it.
They're like, oh, you know what? Let's not go too harsh on them. We'll let them have the Tormentor.
Not a really massive shard this game by any means, though.
Toronto Tokyo should have the Greaves ready for the next fight, so
Even tankier.
and much tougher for Shopify to try and get those bursts that they haven't really been getting anyway at the moment.
And seeing it, Muerta actually being the one instead of the Hoodwink, Muerta's going to be the one to start getting extra scaling as well, too. He's going to be going down that Maelstrom route soon.
He's having a great game save.
He's having a pretty much flawless one, right? I think he's 2-0 and 10. I feel like all of his
post supports.
landed.
Toronto Tokyo's only died the once, 1-1
Yeah.
and 10. I mean, as you say, this is something they love to do. Toronto Tokyo loves his Mirana, Save loves his Muerta, and this game so far a very good showcase of why that is.
They're playing very coordinated as a team. That's the thing I'm seeing from BetBoom. It's like they're not really fully splitting up. They're playing with the Death Prophet so nicely on GPK. Level 18, so he's got Exorcism, he's got an amp damage, and he's got the Vindicator's Axe. Good luck killing this DP.
Radiant are scanning. Dire's middle tower is under attack.
Looks like Shopify trying to get something of their own at least, rather than defending or looking for fights. Maybe they can look for this Tormentor, but uh-oh, here comes GPK.
This is a scary part of the map.
Wants the fight.
Yopaj.
Oh. Well, I mean, he's going to BKB TP.
He is indeed, yeah. Nothing they can do to stop a BKB TP. And I imagine Kitrak and Arteezy are going to continue to get the hell out of there. So, shouldn't be any casualties here for Shopify Rebellion, unless something goes horribly wrong.
Yep. Cancels his own TP or something.
Or presses TP before the BKB. I mean, yeah, who knows? But
Don't curse him.
There's no way he's dying it.
No.
Yopaj is safe. They're all safe. So they'll get out.
But in the meantime, Nightfall took mid-tower. He's getting Butterfly pretty soon, too. The items are just flowing in. And
yeah, this morph.
The Butterfly versus this lineup, too. You already couldn't really get on him at all. Lifestealer is nowhere near the realms of MKB.
How we're seeing on the farm, he's got the SNY just about finished. And yeah, Yopaj.
Just even.
I mean, he's probably going to have to BKB. Oh, maybe the Dragon Tail and walk off him. His save's going to be here to sort of tease around with him. There's the BKB and there's the TP. No further messing around. They'll get out.
Little cute thing, though, from Save, right? He was hiding himself. So he's like, come on, use the TP without the BKB. I got you. But nah, he doesn't. Yopaj smart enough.
Yeah, not going to take that sort of risk.
Ward down bottom does count, at least for a second. Archer. Should be fine. Miro.
Miro gets the jump.
Round. He's got Nightfall in the area.
Nightfall dishes out a lot of damage right now.
They're bringing GPK as well. The boots of travel. Saberlight's out of here.
Top tower is under attack.
Scam should also be fine. I mean, depends how deep Miro wants to go searching around this corner of the map, but he won't. So Scam is free to continue to do as he wishes down here.
Yeah, once they place some mines maybe down in this area. That was weird. Did someone like lose an item or something? What was that?
Wait, what we got?
The gold lead just went from 7k to 5k in like literally a split second. Did I see something wrong? That was weird. Oh well. Like nothing was happening. Nothing happened. I don't know. That was really weird.
We got replay of that?
No, not necessary. I don't know. Maybe I was seeing things, but
maybe going crazy.
Maybe I am. It's possible. It's happened years ago. 16 to 4. 5k, staying consistent.
No patch. Whoop. He's quick. And Shopify, they're doing a good job of avoiding these moves from BetBoom. It's given them some time. It's a question of how much that time's going to help them. You know, RTZ's looking for the MKB next after the S and Y.
And if he gets that, definitely will be able to stick on the morph. We'll be able to actually go for him.
If they can get kind of the jump and control for the rest of the team, which they have got a fair bit of, Dragon Tails, Bushwhacks, Blast-Offs, could buy the time required for RTZ to be able to take down some of these heroes.
Yeah, and they are starting to acquire more and more of these items that they do require, right? They've now got a Shiva's, more heal prevention. Good track. Can't get the further catch. Nice play from it. Save, knowing his hero. Pierce the Veil, Dispel. Gets that Atos right off of him.
They've got the ward on Yopaj down here. They know he's farming pretty aggressively. But again, he's got BKB and TP.
But he could get popped.
And there's a lot of damage for Nightfall, yeah. Very nicely done there. Nightfall's able to close in, turn into the Dragon Knight, and indeed use his own stun against him. Keeps him chain stunned.
Nice move in. Ooh, Arteezy.
Arteezy, he has got rage TP. So off he goes.
Radiant's top tower is under attack.
Saberlight. Nice try.
Here, of course, yeah, getting tankier and tankier. The Shiva's on top of the pipe. A lot of beefiness from both sides here.
Yeah.
Pretty much on all 3 cores on both sides. None of these heroes should die very quickly.
Oh, Nightfall. Ooh, they were thinking about it. He has Shard, though, so he can shift even while stunned.
Gonna try for the setup, but as you say, the shift is gonna begin, and he's got the backup of GPK and save. Arteezy tries again on top of Nightfall, but the waveform's there away. Nightfall's fine.
GPK shredding him
And
now.
Save gets the angle with the dead shot. He's able to push Saberlight back underneath the ghost of GPK. He's going to try and go for the Fiend's Gate, but GPK is ready to follow there. In fact, they might send a few of them through the Fiend's Gate. The 2 of them head through.
But it expires. And watch the stun.
Bam.
Oh, beautiful. With the Conda.
That's a full butterfly done now in Nightfall. So not a bad effort there for Shopify to try for it, but indeed, as you say, with the fact that he got the shard picked up moments earlier, it's not an easy play to make.
If he didn't have...
Trying his best to carry the boys here, Saberlight.
Smokes out. No DP Exo at the moment. Looking to get some information, though.
Radiant are scanning.
If they get initial stuns on most of these heroes, there is the follow-up to get the burst.
Yeah, for sure. With this Morphling, Nightfall dishes out so much damage so quickly.
Yeah, much more than that of Shopify's burst at the moment. Shopify looking to try to find an angle to get something themselves, but 4 heroes in the base.
How's the MKB looking? Just 200 gold.
Close, very close.
And Arteezy will have the MKB.
How's Yopaj's Manta? Also, he's getting pretty close, so timings, they are starting to get closer and closer to a couple more. Another empty. I feel like GPK is just getting every power rune, though. I mean, it happens when you have full control of the map, but he's got his Parasma finished up. He's got his 20 talent, too.
Is under attack.
A lot more heals. Another 2-2 to fall.
Tower has fallen.
Gem out as well now. Toronto Tokyo ready to take out any sort of vision that Shopify Rebellion have on the map, make it tougher to get into places to farm. But at the same time, as we're seeing, Rage TPs, BKB TPs are sort of the order of the day. Not a lot to be able to do to stop those. So Shopify Rebellion can continue to farm in pretty risky positions. MKB's now done on Arteezy. He does continue to make this recovery. We saw it very early on, pretty much stuck at the bottom of the course, but he's climbing his way back up.
They can fight now. If they can get a good catch, this is definitely a possibility. Manta's done on the DK as well with that timing. BetBoom is reading the play, though. They're
tough.
gathering.
If they're
going
to jump into the full 5-man of BetBoom, it could go pretty rough for them.
For sure. Exo's back up as well. Uh-oh. Let's see if Shopify...
Who's going to see who? Moonlight Shadow up as well from BetBoom. They've got the advantage here to set up. They'll look towards Kiprak. Yopaj is considering the jump, but he's going to get caught by the silence. But the Manta and look to retreat. Fiend's Gate coming in. They're going to potentially try and fight this, but they've already lost Kiprak. They jump back in. They're trying to see if they can burst Nightfall. Arteezy's in with the MKB, but Nightfall's able to turn into the Lifestealer. Use the rage to create his distance. Arteezy's got to back off. He can't stay on top of Nightfall. Nightfall turns towards Yopaj. Tears through the Dragon Knight. Arteezy dead as well to the burst of Miro. Not the fight there that they were hoping for. Shopify Scam, his TP out gets cancelled. BetBoom find a 4th, and it's outside of the Roshan pit as well, as Nightfall will be able to head straight into there and almost certainly guarantee this Aegis.
They're doing such a fantastic job of reading the movements, right? Shopify setting up to try to get the numbers on him. BetBoom brings 5. You can see that Fiend's Gate comes out, and I'm watching it. I'm always watching Saberlight. He's like, do I really want to go through this? This fight's already disastrous.
I mean, and he was absolutely right. It was not a fight to go for, but unfortunately one that Shopify Rebellion and the rest of them had already committed to.
Hey, they're trying to go for these fights, trying to use their item timings, but yeah, BetBoom, every single read is there. There's now an Aegis on Nightfall. That GPK doing so much work as this Death Prophet, honestly. 6-1 and 11.
Great pick, great play. Yeah, it's... And now not just only just the amount of survivability he has, but yeah, the damage he's got with the Parasma.
Yeah.
And yeah, indeed a frustrating game here.
You just can't stick on targets either. It's just there's too much reset. Yeah. Like, they got the jump, they get the stun and everything, then they just reset, and they are too tanky for them to finish off. They also controlled Scam. If I wasn't mistaken, Miro got the jump on the back line also, so there wasn't even a follow-up from the techies. BetBoom is just playing these fights and playing the map really nice this game. Not allowing Shopify
They're going to try again.
any chances. They're going to try again.
They've got to see if they can get these opportunities when BetBoom split up.
Exo's down.
Like, if they find sort of 3 versus 2, you know, if they ever have the number advantage, they should be able to burst heroes.
And really just trying to play around Exorcism cooldown, but another Moonlight Shadow.
But again, BetBoom, they're grouped up as 5.
They always are.
I mean, Miro, they look towards him, but as soon as they do, Kiprak's dead. They just can't find any sort of chance to get in and get them a surround. I mean, they're trying to fight this. They get Toronto Tokyo. I mean, it's okay if the 2 of them get out. Nightfall's looking to try and chase in onto them, gets the silence in onto Yopaj, forces him to have to BKB in his escape to the high ground. I mean, if anything, it's a one for one, which, considering the way everything else has gone, they'll probably take that.
Yeah. BKB was used from Yopaj, though, also, so they do have 80 seconds to be able to keep applying pressure here on BetBoom. So, I mean, you lose your 5 position. I don't think they really care. Rattle Cage, blessed onto GPK.
Oh, I mean,
he is
the resistances, the armor.
He is so damn tanky.
He's pretty good. He's making good ways towards the AC as well.
Yeah. Yopaj is spotted. No BKB.
Oh, he's already used it from that previous fight in the mid.
Oh, he's going down. Whoa, that dead shot sent him a weird way.
But yeah, doesn't it always send him the opposite? Why just, yeah, who knows? Well, either way, it doesn't matter.
I guess, maybe
Yeah.
push that.
I don't know, push him into like the side of the wall and then that forced him to go down there.
Yep, and there's that BKB cooldown.
Well, he's dead anyway. Yeah, BKB's talking about them. We're actually going to see GPK sell for that himself instead of going for the AC. He's got the money for it, so he just picks up a full BKB. It's coming out to him right now. Ready for that high ground push and ready to try and end this game.
Full Gleipnir on save. He's also scaled massively here at this point. There's Techie's mines to try to defend, but there's an exorcism to force.
I mean, and they're so beefy, they could just walk straight through the mines. I don't think they care too much. Miro, he's got the jump in on a Kiprak, follow up with the dead shot. Kiprak burst by Nightfall. Saberlight getting bullied back to the fountain. They've got the fortification, but still a fair bit of time here whilst it's just the 3 of them versus the 5. We see top lane. They're trying to go for Toronto Tokyo, the 2 of them, but they can't do it. Toronto Tokyo is able to survive. The base is in shambles. They're losing this bottom set of racks. Fortification comes back in, but BetBoom, there's no need for them to back off. And in fact, Miro's ready to dive. He's in with a Who Stomp jump over towards the Saberlight, and this Underlord disappears in an instant.
This morph, he hurts. Cheese popped.
I mean, the buyback's going to come out for Saberlight. He's trying to set things up over towards Miro, but again, they can just try to take him down again. It's been an immediate dieback on Saberlight. He's out for good. Skem's out as well. No buyback available on him. They'll take the bottom set of racks, BetBoom. Triple kill for Nightfall amongst us all.
They can keep going.
And no Underlord means very likely no defense to be had if for Shopify.
It was pretty suicidal by Saberlight, but at this point, right, desperation starts kicking in. They can just keep going.
Yeah, it's felt pretty impossible for quite some time, this game for Shopify. BetBoom just in perfect play today on this game. They've had some struggles here in the group stage, but this performance, definitely what you sort of expect from the level of these players. They're going to try and go for Nightfall. They'll get him once. But of course, he's got the Aegis, and getting him a second time, it's unlikely to happen. They're diving in for Arteezy. Arteezy's out. No buyback available on him. We're going to see the GG called.
That was really cool. Honestly, we get to see a Death Prophet, which, like I said, a lot of people have been wanting to see this hero a little bit. We want to stray away from these super tanky heroes.
And Shopify Rebellion. I'm Andy Pixel here with Fogged, and looking forward to this one. I think, Fogged, we should have a closer match on our hands. Surely. Surely. Because the first one, it was pretty rough. Shopify Rebellion, they had a tough time. Arteezy never really got to where he wanted to be on his carry Lifestealer. This time around on the Razor, should be able to get a bit more involved early on and have a bit more success, right, with the presence of a Razor in these early fights.
I mean, as long as he doesn't feed in lane again, I'll be honest with you, because that first death for me was really bizarre. That was like, I don't think I've ever seen like that kind of, him range and go hit a sentry or something. It was just very strange, so. Let's see if he can get off to a good start, because the one thing is if the Razor does not get off to a good start, there's a lot of, these illusions, these armies that will start just being sent onto him and stuff like that. But I feel like Razor really doesn't ever have a bad start anymore, so. A strong early game draft. I'm with Fear usually as well too, PL, bit of a slow hero, but if anybody can make it work, it's Nightfall.
Yeah, he's pretty much the best,
epileptic
right?
kid. He
Yeah.
is the best PL in my opinion. You know, him, Hector, and Pakaz, I feel like have clearly shown the separation. Hector been struggling more with it, but yeah, these guys, they're the specialists of it. But more than anyone, it's Nightfall.
Yeah, what would you reckon about sort of the power of the last pick for Shopify Rebellion? They get Yopaj's Timber in the mid.
Very good.
Was sort of ignored in the draft, obviously, until that point, which is not something that we always see.
I mean, it's the matchup in that mid lane, you know, as they were talking about on panel, DK can end up being just fine. It's good versus the other two cores, though, right?
Yeah.
Playing versus the Pliel, playing versus the Lycan, all his summons, it's going to be nice. And he's going to be, I mean, he's going to be very tanky this game, because looking at the damage, it's going to take a while for BetBoom to have that damage, it feels like, to deal with the Timber. So maybe more of a slow and steady game coming out from BetBoom. It's going to take some time for this PL, of course. This hero does. Yeah. This is one of the slowest heroes, it feels like. You need Aghanims and the +1, and then maybe even the one after that, usually, to start feeling comfortable to get involved.
Now, outside of the PL's presence, they're definitely going to have some pretty strong combos to make moves in the mid-game with the Grimstroke and the Bat, and the Grimstroke and the DK. Lots of ways to jump in and play pretty aggressive.
And they always have the potential, right? The Grimstroke does have great potential this game with the DK and Bat. They can never get the soul binds, the double catches. Inkswell's really nice, too, this game on both the Lycan and the DK. And the other thing BetBoom will always have for them going is, I would say, a slight vision advantage, as long as we see the Wolf micro and stuff like that come out.
Yeah, no, I think we will. Miro's pretty hot on it, and again, it's one of those teams that do run this Lycan offlane in a sort of meta where a lot of other teams don't. Yeah. So what do you think it is about sort of Lycan, you know, in sort of any position, and in particular in this offlane position, that BetBoom like that other teams aren't or haven't really been interested in playing this patch?
I think in particular with what they saw at that point, they saw, I mean, Hoodwink is fine. He can be fine versus the Lycan, but Bane and Razor, these two heroes can't suffer. If you do get just surrounded from the summons and stuff like that, it's very difficult to play.
Yeah.
So I would say that it works well with what they had with the DK already, so they've got some double kind of push going. Right now we're seeing Nightfall. It's not an easy lane by any means for him, playing versus Mars. Excellent hero versus Illusions, but also just versus most melee carries.
Sure. And we saw, last game, obviously, Saberlight trying to do as much as he could on his Underlord, but on the Mars this game, a hero that you think just overall is, in a lot of situations, the one that he would prefer to be playing out of the two?
I would imagine so, yeah. He's much more comfortable on it, and he's quite good at his spear combos, his arena spears that we've seen him do. Or the spear arenas, sorry. As GPK is not happy.
GPK not happy?
What did happen?
What's up with him?
Just packet loss. He's just not happy.
Yeah, but that wasn't packet loss from him, was it? That was packet loss from Arteezy, wasn't it? It was Arteezy.
He's not happy about Arteezy getting it either, I guess.
Oh, no. He's got a big smile on his face. He looks happier than I've ever seen him. What do you mean GPK not happy? That's the most I've seen him smile.
That's actually true. I mean, Arteezy, though, he's not happy.
So he's having a giggle there. GPK. Yeah, it's a big smile. Look at that.
That's rare.
Genuinely,
I really do feel it.
What do you mean he's not happy?
Toronto Tokyo's checking in on him. You see him in the corner looking over. He's like, you good, bro? All right. So yeah, that top lane, PL, of course, it's going to be a slower start. Bottom, I feel like Lycan should be pretty okay here, because you can always get the last hits with your Wolves and stuff like that. As long as you don't get off to a bad start right away, you should be able to play around the Link decently.
Mm-hmm.
They've got the slow as well, too, Stroke of Fate to be able to push him away if he does get the connection with Link.
In strength is victory.
Wait, how come I see in strength is victory, and then I don't see it in my... The hell?
Do you have him muted?
Why the hell would I have him
Muted? Maybe our observer has him muted.
I don't have him muted. No. Why the hell would we mute GP? No way. Oh, actually, it is GPK. Maybe I do have him.
No, that was Razor's voice line, wasn't it?
No, then he did the DK one afterwards.
Oh, that was DK's voice. Okay.
I don't think I have GPK muted. I think I've only played with him like once.
Wow, so unfortunately, it looks like we're having some technical issues on the side of Shopify Rebellion. Hopefully those pass pretty quickly so we can get on with this one.
Look at all the branches.
Yeah. Are we going to see a change with that next patch? What do we reckon?
Ooh, that's actually... Wait, I wonder, actually.
Yeah?
I mean, they've been the same for forever, so... Besides being 50... Back in the day, back in the Dota 1 days, the 53 gold branches were a thing, but...
Anyway, you want to update every couple of minutes? Well, yes, I do, Arteezy. Actually, keep us informed.
Nice.
I am GPK with the flame.
Get him.
Nice internet, guys. Yeah.
And died.
He's not wrong.
GPK is definitely... He's feeling confident after that last game.
He's poking a bit of fun here.
Hell of a performance.
Unfortunately, still having packet loss. The people have been contacted. Don't worry, everyone. people have been contacted.
He actually wrote unfortunately, not unfortunately.
Oh, true. But to be fair, that misspelling was so subtle, I didn't even notice it. Unfortunately. Well, let's see if the people, whoever they may be, can solve this here for Shopify.
Save does not look amused.
No.
Say, come on.
Even GPK stops smiling now.
Yeah.
He's ready to get just down to business here.
I love when these pauses happen this early. It's like if people are just talking a million things.
They're at least having a bit of time to talk. I mean, more talking going on, honestly, on the side of BetBoom than on the side of Shopify Rebellion, it looks to be. Not much discussion happening there on their cams. Maybe still feeling a bit sort of rough after that game one. Not a fun game for Shopify Rebellion to go through. That one was a tough one. So BetBoom definitely a much more comfortable of positions here coming into this game too. And as the panel said, this game still very important for both teams.
Absolutely.
If they want to make sure that they don't end up in some sort of bottom, potentially tiebreaker situation, fighting to stay in on the competition.
I'm glad to see that BetBoom's not afraid to still go for these type of picks. Just straying outside the norm, the DP, the PL, the Lycan, and stuff like that. Not
So
too
any
many other
improvements?
people
No.
are doing it.
Uh-oh. I thought we were going to get an update every couple of minutes here from RTZ. He's slacking on the updates.
Bulba.
That's true. Maybe he's the people.
Bulba.
Get Bulba on it. Bulba's sorting out the internet.
I imagine other teams here are also lagging.
I mean, well, I don't know. Maybe. Maybe that's true. I think a few of them are probably boot camping from a similar area.
Are the other games paused?
I mean, we can't find that out.
I can't find that out.
No, we don't have that information.
It's going to be difficult. They're not.
All right,
so
but we do
have the information.
There we go. Ken, when they're dropping it down, no.
It
is just Shopify Rebellion.
Okay, so
it is their room in particular. Maybe someone's DDoS their room. There we go. Okay, so they're fixing it.
They're under it.
They're trying to sort it out. Looks like we've got them checking out the cables there at the back.
Saberlight's got it under control.
He's
pointing at it.
Oh,
he sees
he's
something.
found the issue. He's like, guys,
it's not plugged in. We're
it's
on
not
wireless.
plugged in. He's like, I told you to plug it in.
That's why I died last game. We'll be finding out shortly.
Now we're going to see if we can find these packets.
So let me see what actually
have been lost.
Let me see what the wind actually looks like. So
now, going to go for the old disconnect and reconnect, it seems, here from KitRack. Sometimes does work. Oh, well, we've had that question before, and the answer has been no.
I think he knows it's going to be a no.
I think he's memeing.
I think this is him memeing.
He just wants to... Yeah, he's having a joke. He's having a joke here. Look at that. That's not the smile of a man that needs the toilet. He's not in any sort of distress. He's having a yawn. He doesn't need the toilet at all.
Yeah, they look very relaxed.
To give context, there was another game where there was a pause and a team asked to go to the toilet, and of course they weren't allowed to, because in the rulebook, you're not allowed to leave your setup during the game.
Can I go toilet?
Was it actually in the BetBoom game? What team was that? Was that a BetBoom game? Maybe it was a team against.
Wasn't it Tianming? I thought Tianming had.
Who were they playing? Yeah, it was Tianming, and they were playing against
Falcons. Right?
Falcons.
And they were trying to, hurt. They were trying to keep them in there.
That was a long game.
It was the owie
but he
strategy.
did survive it.
He did. And I think they won that game.
Yeah.
Maybe? No.
They did not.
No, they didn't.
It was a slow, painful loss.
It was
about a 60-minute game.
Yep, you're right. I do recall now.
Still smiles there on BetBoom. They're having a good time, which is good to see, because obviously yesterday they had a pretty rough day, BetBoom.
They had one of the rougher days.
Yeah.
It was pretty surprising to see. Teams just really did seem to have them kind of figure out. And well, on the flip side, Shopify actually didn't have that bad of a day, right? They showed some pretty good matches versus Falcons. So
getting a win against Falcons. I mean, even if they end up going home from this tournament, they're going to feel good about that. Admin, of course, coming in with the information as we knew. Rulebook's the rulebook. I believe line 4, section 5 on page 215.
That's a big rulebook.
It is. We've got it all covered in that.
What else is in there?
I don't know. I only read the lines about the toilets. Reconnected now. See if they're feeling any better with the state of their internet. We haven't seen the whole team go for the reconnect, so...
Arteezy was the only one saying with packet loss, right? Or did they all get... we don't know.
Mira's having a nap. Off he goes. So hopefully his teammate's going to be able to wake him up when we go for the unpause.
I laugh when you cry.
Still not keeping up with these updates that we were promised every couple of minutes here from RTZ.
Oh, God, I think I'm going to be sick.
Looks like Shopify Rebellion are probably waiting for someone to come to the room and sort things out.
Okay, I don't see Saberlight's voice chat either, so I definitely don't have him muted.
Are you sure you don't?
I definitely don't. There's no way.
Do you want to check it out? No,
No,
you don't have it muted.
It's not me. It's not me. Can I call her?
Oh,
Yeah, they're still struggling.
get the manager on the phone. Now, I don't know what the rulebook says about making phone calls during a game. Arteezy's going for it. He's not waiting for the official go-ahead. I don't know the rules either. I didn't read that page about phone calls. I imagine it may actually be against the rules, but we'll see if Arteezy wants to try and break them anyway. I mean...
Oh, they all have 12%? Okay.
12%.
12% is quite high.
As in, is that 12% is being lost, or like they are retaining 12%? Like, what is it? Yeah, it's probably more towards 20%. Someone's coming.
Okay.
Here we go.
You fought and died. You fought
He's on his
and
way
died
right
with
now
honor.
here. Hopefully going to fix this here for Shopify Rebellion. So, yeah,
It's like, oh, we get the patch in the middle of the pause, guy.
I mean, at this rate, we might.
That'd be pretty high.
Maybe that's the strategy from Shopify Rebellion. Let's pause the game. Say we got some packet loss. We'll just wait this out until that patch drops. And then maybe on the new patch, bam, they reconnect. Buffs have happened. They get themselves the win. Next level move here from Shopify. Still high spirits here on BetBoom. Okay, well, I've just been informed by our production that we are going to have a short break whilst we wait for this to be sorted, as seems like Shopify Rebellion are continuing to have issues. So do bear with us. You've all been amazing, and hopefully we'll be back in a very, very short amount of time, in just a few minutes. As soon as the game starts, we will be back on your screen. So don't go anywhere, ladies and gentlemen. We're going to cut to a short break whilst we let Shopify Rebellion sort this out. And then we'll be back with the remainder, well, with the entirety of this game. It's still very early days between Shopify Rebellion and BetBoom.
We'll be right back.
The music's high, the girls are flirting. Come join the party. Come join the party. The sun is high, the bass is pumping. So join the party. Come join the party. Now everybody around the world can find a boy, can find a girl. So put your hands up in the air. This is a good time, summertime. Take it to the floor and sing it. Now when you see me, just come on down and join the party. And join the party. You know there's nothing that can hold me down. You got a story. You got a story. When the music shakes the ground, you know the sunshine has come around. Yeah. So put your hands up in the air. This is a good time, summertime. Take it to the floor and sing it. Get on up on the floor, sing it 1, 2, 3, 4. Everybody, clap your hands. And 1, 2. Everybody, clap your hands. Everybody, take it to your floor now. Everybody, clap your hands. And 1, 2. Everybody, clap your hands. Everybody, take it to your floor.
Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. Wow, my goodness. There we go. Stabilize ready to go. And so they've sorted out their issues. Hopefully, we'll give it a few seconds. Hold.
And we're good.
It looks like we're good. The packet loss problems have been solved and Shopify Rebellion's ready to play. As we continue with this game 2 here between Shopify Rebellion and BetBoom.
Yep.
So what's going on? Give us a bit of a recap, Fog, for those of us who sort of zoned out during that pause.
Good matchup, especially up top for Shopify. They have the Mars and the Hoodwink versus a bit of a weaker lane versus the PL, so it'll take some time. Bottom save.
He's got the Verify. I mean, Arteezy's got to be a bit careful.
He's getting munched on.
He might just be dead. He's got the Plasma Field. Oh, he gets first blood, Arteezy.
Wait, what? Save nuked the wrong hero.
Did he?
He nuked the Bane, not the Razor.
I mean, RTZ, I think he's trying to deny himself. No. Okay, Miro's going to kill him. I guess he felt he couldn't. I mean, could he not have kept running? He had another plasma field. I mean, was he not?
Radiant's
No?
courier has
I don't
been
know.
killed.
I don't think so. He was body blocking and stuff.
Run. Okay.
Maybe not. Oh, maybe not.
All right. Well,
Reset.
you got first blood. So, and a quick reset.
Yep. He'll be back up to full.
Yep.
Mid lane, we're seeing GPK do just fine, as we kind of expected this matchup. DK doesn't really struggle versus too many, even if it's that Timber. But yeah, both of the safe laners actually a little bit lacking on the last hits again.
So it's top lane, Shopify battling. They've got pretty good kill potential.
Radiant structures.
It's a fantastic lane for.
Whoa! Over the crystals he goes.
I'm not sure who used that glyph. I think it might have been. I actually didn't see. Usually it's the mid laner.
It's normally the mid, right? Were they doing something in the mid?
It didn't really look like. I didn't see if it was just for like a one last hit or anything. But either way, it's an 18-4 on GPK, so it didn't look like it. He's gotten only 2 CS now since he died. Doing a great job of just being able to get these extra denies with the Lycan.
Yeah,
that much extra damage.
That is the thing here. Miro should be able to take away quite a bit.
He's going to be off to a hot start. He's already got the helm.
Not very hard to bully him out of the lane, Miro.
So yeah, while the PL is struggling, the Razor is having also that difficulty.
Trying to get him with the spear, but still not getting the connection.
Not quite able to. Saberlight goes for more base damage, gets himself the Blades of Attack as well, so he can keep getting these last hits and denies for his Nightfall. Trying to get a bit aggro. They have kill threat when they have level 3 on Toronto Tokyo. Not an easy kill threat, but they can if there's a misstep, or a missed spear in particular. More than likely it should be Shopify being able to get a kill threat on the top lane though.
Good stuff continuing in the mid here for GPK.
Yep.
24 for 6 against the 19 for 4, having about a wave or so advantage against Showpatch.
Yep, love the build. I mean, we've been seeing this more and more, right? The Bracer, the Null, and then early Gloves of Haste so you can secure the extra hits. Does breathe fire a range creep and not hit it once. Whoopsie. Does give Yopaj a free deny, but he's bringing it to Yopaj. The extra harassment, even though there's 2 points in reactor.
He's keeping him low.
He's keeping it pretty low. Arteezy getting a nice link. It's only level 1. Of course, there is always those wolves to get the extra last hits as well, too, but just get that extra back up, and now he is securing these CS. 25-9 compared to the 18-2. Miro also getting slowed down. So even though the DK, he is farming well. The other 2 lanes slightly advantageous here for the side of Shopify. And 6 is about to be hit for Yopaj.
Yeah, at this point, Yopaj can start to sort of regain control and get the advantage in this lane.
And could see a rotation come early on as we're about to hit 50.
Uh-oh! Don't say packet loss. He's run away. Where's he gone? He's out
Someone
of the
at the door.
Okay.
Maybe it was someone trying to fix the issue. Someone trying to help him out. Didn't get the memo.
Let's have a look. Who is it? He's back. See if Saberlight gives us an update of who exactly that was at the door.
Nobody.
Oh, we don't know.
All right, let's go.
Okay.
And Catapult instantly pops ult on GPK. Can't start poking Yopaj, so either one of these, there can be rotations. So watch the supports. As Fear was saying, 6v6, or 3v3 in the mid lane. 6 heroes will be brought quite early on. Yopaj with the shield.
I mean, they could try for GPK if Kitrek's able to hit a bushwhack.
He's got the shield rune. He's tanking.
He's trying. I mean, not going to quite have the distance there between the trees. I mean, still with the Acorn shot on the Chakram, it's close to bringing GPK down.
So close. If they land any of those other spells, they would have him. He's going to backpack his stat items, stick up. He's still chilling in the area here on GPK.
I mean, Yopaj could get back in with the combo if GPK is not careful. Scam, he's ready with the setup. If they get a Nightmare into the combo with the Timber, they've got a pretty good shot at killing him.
Yeah, they should have him here this time.
Bam. Burst is there. Yopaj will take him down there with the great help of Scam.
I like that. You know, they have these winning side lanes already. The Mars isn't under the most threat. Razor neither, so they can bring both supports and stay there to be able to go for that kill. Got to be able to get their Wisdom Rune as well on Hoodwink while also stacking. While Save also gets his own. A nice aggressive move from Shopify to get them an early advantage.
The top's getting pretty tough for Nightfall,
It
by
is.
the looks of it.
This hero just takes time. This hero does not do very well versus many heroes in the lane.
Bottom lane,
Hero?
he should be fine. Save coming in clutch. Buffing up the Wolves, making sure they can give Arteezy a pretty good punch back.
Dire's middle tower is under
And he's
attack.
got extra tangos. Miro! Ooh.
Dancing on the edge here.
Pushing the limits of their heroes. GPK, his tower's going down.
I can't really get to it.
Nope.
That's a super early timing. 7.5 minutes in, and yeah, Yopaj on the Timber, taking away the mid-tier 1 tower from GPK on the DK.
Hey, they didn't want to help him, I guess. You know, Toronto, Tokyo didn't make the shift over. They didn't really bring the supports. It was Shopify to make that first move.
At the moment, 2-1, 1k lead overall, and the 3 cores
Good.
in a great spot. It's a great start here for Shopify Rebellion.
Timber saw a hero that's super powerful in this type of game versus kind of all 3 cores. Getting off to this start is pretty
Trying
fantastic.
to go for Arteezy, but it's not going to happen.
Worth it.
Because Arteezy's perfectly fine with the backup coming in from Scam.
Scam almost level 6 already, too. Must have killed. I mean, he did get a lot of XP when Arteezy died at the initial, and they've cleaned up a bit of Wolves, too. Like, they're going to have a pretty good advantage coming off of these lanes on the side of Shopify. Miro. Oh, so close to 6.
I was
What?
going to say, if the 6 was there, maybe there was a chance to go for it.
14 mana. He'd be 14 XP. He'd be limited on the mana.
Oh.
Now he's got mangoes, though, so he could look to get it as soon as he gets 6. He even has mana for sleep into a grip.
I mean, then he can definitely do it if he can he sort of take save out of the
Oh.
situation.
That was way off again by Saber. Like, the spear not coming close to Nightfall. Whoopsie.
Yopaj,
He's feeling confident.
I mean, he's getting pretty deep here, going up beyond sort of the tier 2s and playing in this jungle area, and he's not getting punished for it whatsoever. Picks
he's
up
got
a kill.
regen. Nightfall.
They've got the 3 of them, and they've got that grip. Into the arena. They lock this down perfectly. They should have it, and they do. Not a chance here for Nightfall.
Great moves.
Shopify making some really good plays happening here off the back of getting that early 6 on Scam.
Such an early 6, right? Absurd how fast he's able to get it. Arteezy, he should be just fine here.
And yeah, at this point, he's kind of tanky enough that these 2 heroes do not pose enough of a threat to him. They're going to have to bring in a 3rd member if BetBoom want to try and tackle this Razor. And they will. Toronto Tokyo's here. Tries to knock him back with the Flame Break. And with the 3 of them, Arteezy should be in a pretty dangerous spot. He's got the backup of Yopaj, but indeed Arteezy goes down. Yopaj will be able to get the trade, taking out Toronto Tokyo.
Holy moly. This feels like it could become a Yopaj show pretty quick. He is so farmed. He's going to have Blink in a second.
Dude, that's got to be one of the quicker blinks you'll see on the mid-timber.
And he's versus these the 3 cores. He's fantastic versus them. Saberblade again.
Radiant's middle tower
He's got backup.
Kit Rack's here. Not a lot of levels on the Hoodwink, so was nowhere close to having the Sharpshooter.
Look at how low Nightfall is again.
It's not an easy lane for him to show up to and get some farming.
And they already have deep vision too. The word that Kitrak was able to sneak on the right side over here, they'll see Nightfall. Could look to pressure him again. They're actually smoking for him instantly.
Yeah, as soon as they see him sort of sweep across, they'll have the jump and the burst to kill him.
This is very proactive here from Shopify this game. A complete difference to the last game.
They're gonna have. They know exactly what camp he's in. The bushwhack. It's gonna hit. They clear out the illusions. See if they can stay on top of the right target. Oh no! They go for the wrong one with the link. They
There's
may
another
still
field.
get him.
This should have him. Surely.
Surely.
Oh, no way. He
okay,
gets the
he's
charge off.
He's actually getting out of there. I mean, but Yopaj is in from the side. So Nightfall, he will die. They even get his curry as well, so the Blade of Alacrity is not going to be there for him. So it's going to continue to be a very slow game for Nightfall.
And there's the
try
blink.
and catch up in the jungle.
The blink already done now for Yopaj too. He
he's
gets the
crushing it.
Fairies Trinket. He's going to shred most of these heroes with this type of advantage. And he's just literally playing also because Toronto Tokyo's kind of jungle and stuff, and Yopaj's just like, you can't threaten me. I will steal your jungle.
Has level 10 Timber. This Timber not really having any sort of problems when it comes to sort of the matchups at this stage. You know, BetBoom, which hero can kind of slow down this Timber when Yopaj comes running at you?
They need 3. They need to get the Grim, the Bat Rider, and the DK and somehow bring him down with all that magic damage, but definitely not an easy task. Tower getting some pressure. And for BetBoom, defending these is a lot harder than usual because they have this PL who is very poor, who can't show up for ages. And even the Lycan now at this point has struggled after the early laning advantage.
Yeah, they're just going to have so much set up here on Shopify Rebellion. You know, the Blink Dagger already on Yopaj, Sableye with his tower going down. He's pretty much going to have the money for his Blink. And then the two supports, of course, as well, having fantastic setups. So a lot of ways the Shopify Rebellion can make plays, which they were sort of lacking in that game one.
100%. The three have combined, though. So BetBoom, they have the Blink on GPK. Can they combine it together? It gets scanned instantly, so should be red here from Shopify. Might be able to actually set up to counter gank it as well. These three, if they do find someone split away, it's a lot of magic damage, especially onto someone like RTZ.
It's hard to sort of go for the plays beyond the tier 1. I know at this point, Shopify Rebellion will turn up and turn things around if they go too deep.
A clutch scan, so we saw reading the play there from BetBoom.
Are scanning.
It's going to be a real slow one from them. 4-2. And for Shopify, I don't think they're going to slow down. They have those blinks already finished. The Kaya's almost done also for Yopaj.
If they get the catch, they should get the kill. They get the jump onto GPK. Oh!
Jukin.
Tell you what, these spears from Sableye, they've not been his finest this game. Doesn't matter, they still get the kill.
Wait a second.
You know, he'll probably say the packet loss is still there for him.
That's true, he's still got a little bit of packet loss. And I'll also say he doesn't need to hit them.
Skem, does he get the catch?
Oh, he does!
At the last second.
Uh-oh. Well, Nightfall, see if he can try and dance his way out of this one.
I don't think so.
I don't think it's going to happen. This time, the spear from Sableye, it doesn't miss.
Instantly smoking again. I mean, this is incredibly fast movements. Kaya's done and...
Dave. Oh.
Whoops.
Okay.
Blink was
the Welling Death.
Radiant's bottom tower.
He's going to get the Ink Swirl stun onto him, try and keep his distance, but Sablite's in. Sharpshooter misses. But still safe, surrounded. Another kill for Yopaj.
And a courier. This is the Shopify we saw yesterday. Just having good lanes and then just playing it very fast around it, never hesitating to make the movements. Yeah, 10-2. And the Wisdom Rune, I'm seeing Skem.
He's going to take it.
He's sneaking, and he's got it. So taking that one away as well. Besides just a gold lead, they're going to have a significant XP advantage now too. Stacks being worked on here from BetBoom, Toronto, Tokyo. He wants his Blink to be able to have that extra follow-up. Miro still a ways away, what, 800-ish away from that Helm of Overlord, so maybe waiting for those two timings to come together. But this time, Yopaj is a absolute monster at this point. And if he's able to finish that Eternal Shroud...
They don't kill him.
They don't
kill him at all.
Yeah.
You know, Nightfall's nowhere close to be turning up for these fights. He's going to need a lot of time. Needs that axe, needs that defusal until he can at least consider being involved in some of the action. Up until that point, he's not going to show his face at all.
I like it. Look at this. Look at this. Kid Strike and Yopaj are literally just passing, like, walking between lanes. Even though they're not really getting the most farm, there's kill threat. Like, if anyone shows, they're probably just going to die to these two.
Good hit with the sharpshooter, but there's backup. GPK able to hold back Yopaj with the Dragon Tail, but Yopaj is going to try and chase on a bit more. Up to the high ground will be a bit too risky for him to dive in upon. So he'll hold back. Blink Dagger now done here for BetBoom. They've got the Blink on the bat. Toronto, Tokyo could have that setup. They could look to try and smoke and go for a play between him and the Grim.
Save. He's found again.
About the Grim though, yeah, indeed save. And in a bit of a difficult spot.
He's having a rough game. 0-4. Not finding opportunities to play with anybody as Nightfall.
Oh my goodness.
Oh, it's 1 HP, it feels like.
That was a lot of burst. You're only able to just get the TP out and the one popped in time.
Holy moly. Only just. Miro, close to the Helm. But they're just getting hunted. Seeing Shopify.
I mean, they really need something with this smoke. They've got the double Blink. Lasso into the Dragon form. Between the two of them, GPK and Toronto, Tokyo, back up front save. If they find anyone alone,
if they can
they
find
should still be able to get a kill. I mean, Yopaj is a tough one.
Let's see. Oh, a sneaky play.
That was smooth.
I love it.
He's going to pop this smoke.
Ooh. They're going to go.
They're going to try.
They should have enough.
They should. With the three of them, surely they do. It's a nice kill, and it's going to go the way of Miro as well, so good boost up here for the Lycan.
They're going to know there's an Ob Sentry down there, but very good play. BetBoom are able to find themselves something, slow down the momentum. It's a big kill. 30 seconds off the map. Going to open it up for them. Save again.
You might want to just go for the arena play on this one, take a quick kill. Jake gets the jump on to save.
He is so far up. Right, a freebie.
You leave nothing of worth behind.
How's Nightfall doing?
Nearly got the action.
Okay, so as
1,000 away.
Still needs that one, plus the next item, and potentially even the one after that before he looks to maybe be fully involved in stuff, but...
Yeah, Arteezy, meanwhile, he'll be ready to get involved very shortly as the BKB rush is pretty much done.
Oh, yeah.
So he's absolutely going to be there to turn up and follow up to any sort of initiation from Yopaj and Saberlight.
Still a significant amount of physical damage to be able to kind of claw through him, in particular the Lycan with the helm. But if you can get a good link, if you can get the one being the ones to get the start of the fight, also with the spear, with the arena, he should be fine.
Saberlight. She's starting off some action. Kitrak not able to get the bushwhack control on the GPK, but Skem's in with a grip. Sets up for the sharpshooter to hit perfectly. GPK's out.
Skem is crushing it this game. 3-0-5.
Yeah, I think we saw this the other day as well. He had a great Bane game.
Yeah, he had some, I think it was yesterday, right? He had some godly saves as well, too, with his sleeps. Set up for success. He got so much XP bottom as a fight. It's a level 10 5-position Bane. And not slowing down, looking for the next catch, potentially.
I just find Toronto. I mean, he's blinked up to the high ground.
Arteezy's here.
Skem should still find the chance to set up on this. Enfeeble's there. Arteezy's in with the static link. Ooh. I tell you what, though, they didn't quite do enough damage. Maybe the Enfeeble. He's going to live. Skem gets out. Okay.
He's looking for him.
I mean, he is.
Oh. Okay.
Oh, Yopaj was very close to finding him there with a blink, but blink was up in time from Toronto. He gets out alive.
And Nightfall just walks right past them as much. It was like ships passing in the night. That was pretty funny.
I mean, Nightfall, he is recovering. Slowly but surely.
Slowly but surely.
And you know, you've got to keep eyes on him because he has turned around games like this. It doesn't matter if he has a slow start in his PL. If he gets time and you don't end the game soon enough, Nightfall PL can carry.
Especially with the backup of like this Soulbind and everything too. The Aghanims with Soulbind, if it starts getting the bounces and he gets the saves with the Inkswells.
So it feels like there's definitely a bit of pressure on Shopify Rebellion to keep this up, and they'll try their best to do so. Saberlight in with the jump onto Mirror, they catch the Lycan. He's gone.
They
need to keep this going, Shopify.
They are keeping the aggression going for sure.
In the mid, GPK. It's going to try for the jump on Skem. They'll even commit the lasso as well. It's worth it. Skem's a high value kill.
Definitely. Can they get out freely?
Soulbind and silence onto the two of them. GPK is still pretty tanky for these two to try and take down, and Nightfall's in fact looking to move over and help out. Shopify Rebellion, they're not going to get the kills that easy this time round. Maybe GPK is going to be able to get the jump in on towards them. He's looking towards Saberlight. He is indeed going to try and go for it. Gets in with the jump over towards Saberlight. Arteezy will put the BKB, but he's already very, very low here on the Razor. Arteezy's got to run.
They might look to re-go. Toronto Tokyo's in.
I mean, Yopaj is going to try and get in on top of safe, but indeed Toronto Tokyo's closing the gap onto Arteezy. Arteezy tries to stand his ground, but Nightfall, he's picked up the kill. It's a double kill here for Nightfall on the PL. We'll see if he can get out. Yopaj trying to finish him off, but GPK's in with the backup. The Dragon Tail's there over towards Yopaj. Yopaj, he's dead as well. BetBoom finding a phenomenal fight here around the mid lane. A Shopify Rebellion, they just tried to force it a little too hard there. Big things for BetBoom, especially considering the fact that Nightfall, he's able to turn up and get involved.
I'd save, right? The Grimstroke, something you can't, it's dangerous to overextend into sometimes. He gets, I didn't see how many spell combos off, but
check it out here.
3 Inkswells to save his teammates, buff them up, heal them, etc. And a great link, great silence coming in too.
I mean, just always going to be risky trying to push for this. You know, Saberlight tries to get in, but of course he already used the arena down on the bottom lane, so there's no arena to play with. And at this point of the fight, they feel that maybe they can punish the fact that GPK jumps in, but GPK's at full HP. Arteezy, he's already sub 50% HP, tries to fight with the BKB, but at this point, he can't afford to try and stand his ground. As you say, sure, the BKB timing's fast, but they'll kill him through it.
Exactly, the physical damage. I watched that Ancient Thunderhide hitting him the whole fight. It was just tapping on him, and those things, I mean, these kind of creeps, they hurt. It's like 200 damage per hit.
I mean, that definitely feels like the thing, right? With this build on the Razor, I mean, of course, it's a standard one that we see a lot. BKB into Lincolns. You're buying these two defensive items. It's not going to really make you invincible this game.
No. But it's like this, you know, people are doing this build, the BKB Lincolns or Refresh right after, but he's grabbed again. He's going down. Oh, BetBoom.
And just like that, honestly, the lead that Shopify Rebellion, the momentum that they had, sure, they've still got the top two with Arteezy and Yopaj on the net worth, but they are catching up here, BetBoom. And as I say, BetBoom, they've got the Nightfall PL. If you don't close this game up fast, if you start to slip behind, Nightfall, he doesn't lose these kind of games.
And the exact thing that I was about to point out, thank you, beautiful observer, looking at the supports. The support play right now. Yes, Scam's been having these excellent last few ones, but now in the last 2 fights, we're seeing Save able to get his spells off. We're seeing Toronto Tokyo with the blink, getting the catches.
They've got to keep it going, though, Shopify Rebellion, despite the fact those last few moments were not great, and they're looking for this move without RTZ. They've got to try. They look towards Nightfall, but Nightfall's able to jump out of the arena. I mean, they'll have to settle for Save, but it's not what they hoped for. The core gets away. They just get the support.
BetBoom's fine with that. And you can feel that Shopify, they really want to keep trying to put that pressure on, not allow that PL to get the farm, but he's already starting to get that completely here. They actually have the gold lead themselves after those last few mistakes coming up from Shopify. And yeah, it's, you know, the Razor, yes, you can link heroes, but this is not a lineup where, yeah, linking DK or something, but that's pretty unlikely because he has that distance always with his ult. Linking liking in PL, it just doesn't do much because it's about the illusions, it's about the summons. That's why they went for this draft. This Razor can definitely struggle. Get track. Miero is really farmed also. He already has the AC. I need so much physical damage on their draft now. With the AC, with the helm.
I mean, it really, very much feels like this situations in which RTZ is going to be able to sort of present himself in frontline in the fights. It's going to be difficult. This Razor will die.
I think they can't let him go in first, whatever. Let Yopaj and Saberlight go, then let RTZ pick and choose his battle. Yopaj, the ideal one that Shopify wants to get targeted.
Yeah, confident BetBoom feel. They're going to go straight for the jump onto Yopaj. Saberlight's in with the spear, but it's going to get dodged. Doesn't make the connection. They continue to chain stun Yopaj. They're taking out the Timber. Now Saberlight pops down the arena, pops the BKB as well, but the Soulbine's going to link the two of them together. RTZ and Saberlight. They go straight for RTZ. He disappears in an instant. Saberlight is gone. All 3 cores fall here on Shopify Rebellion. And that sort of lead and momentum they had in the first 15 minutes of this, it seems nothing more than a distant memory fogged.
Yopaj feels taken, but look at the physical damage. It's just way too much onto him. And that's the way, honestly, that's the way Shopify wants the fight to kind of start too. That's the sad part. BetBoom is just able to disintegrate them too fast.
They just tear through them. Yeah, as you said, the AC timing, absolutely brutal. They're able to head towards the Roshan pick, get this Roshan.
Nice. Soulbind with Axe PL is also. Did you see those illusions? There was what? 10 to 15 in a second there.
I don't know what you do now if you're Shopify Rebellion. If anything, sort of being 5k behind at this point when you consider the drafts and consider the fact that you had that lead early on, it just hits even harder. It's a rough spot to be in right now.
How quick it turns versus this high physical draft. This PL who's now online.
Yeah, Nightfall's he's ready to win this one.
It's great plays, the great catches over and over again. GPK as well as Toronto Tokyo. It took them a little bit of time, but now that they've got their items, seeming to catch it every single one. Can never have physical damage. Let's see if RTZ starts to adapt toward it, because, what do? You play for your 15 talent, but are you going to get enough timing of the static link giving you that armor? It almost feels like he wants an armor item. Does get the neutral, the dragon scale, but
helps a bit, but
it's rare to, usually we talk about how magic damage is so overwhelming at these points in the game. This is one of those rare moments where it's so early from BetBoom that their physical damage is it's so damn high. Okay, so he's got the talent, but it takes some time for you to build up that armor on the Razor. And BetBoom, yeah, now these 3 cores in a very comfortable position. Same thing with the supports. Toronto Tokyo nearly same net worth as Saberlight. Let's see if Save just keeps getting these godly Soulbinds off. If you just get Soulbind off and PL gets a Lance off, does feel very complicated for Shopify.
Yep.
But how do they start the fight themselves? Maybe Saberlight just has to kind of jump in, look for the backline, but at this point now, at this deficit, it's gotten way more difficult. And BetBoom now, they're splitting up, maximizing the farm.
I mean, they're chill. I think they know if they just let Nightfall farm this one out, they're in a pretty good spot. They do have the luxury to also look for aggressive moves with the lead that they have. But definitely at this point, the team that's got many more options of how they want to sort of carry this game out. Shopify Rebellion absolutely under pressure here.
Yep. Miero able to even just take out a tier 2 without showing himself, just kills it with his creeps. So the pressure continues even going on bottom. Someone's going to have to react to this. The Thunderhide.
Dire's top tower is under attack. Radiant's bottom tower.
The tower is getting it. Someone's got to go back. Okay, someone will.
They're going to send a couple of heroes back here, both Saberlight and Scam.
Maybe they're scared that the Bat Rider and the DK might just jump and grab somebody. They actually have to pop Glyph.
They have to pop Glyph, and they have to TP back with 3 heroes.
That's rough.
To deal with that pressure here from the micro of Mira.
And it looks like they might know that someone was still playing up on the top side, but unable to find it. Looks like they were attempting to set up. Yeah, I feel like some armor items are definitely needed. I think Yopaj needs to probably pick up the plate mail at some point pretty soon, at least, just to have that
go for it.
Just to have that bit to protect himself, because it just really is one of the highest physical. Whenever there's Lycan, right, it's one of the higher physical kind of heroes you can get early. And he's close to BKB as well. On that Lycan, so it's going to be easier for him to commit his hero as well if he'd like to. A gem bot for Scam, really wanting to control vision. I mean, we mentioned it early on, the Wolves. I haven't seen Miro doing too much of the Wolf kind of scouting micro, but you can feel the pressure that Shopify is under here. And the lead just continues to grow and grow and grow. Having to hug each other as fives just to claim their Wisdom Rune.
It's not in my nature, but...
And here comes the fight.
This could be pretty painful. Shopify, are they prepared for this?
Top tower has fallen. Radiant's middle tower is under attack.
All right, Miro sending the Wolves in, trying to get information in the back. Saberlight with the gem, we'll see them. They also scout the fact that there is a gem picked up also too, so they can look to go for that target if they see him again.
Tower is under attack.
Nightfall can look to pressure the tier 2. Not a whole lot that Shopify Rebellion can do to stop these towers going.
Yeah, they'll settle just taking their Tormentor, but can't do anything about these buildings. TZ shows himself for a quick second, he'll TP away.
I mean, they can dive the base. They're going to look for the jump on a Yopaj. Yopaj is able to timber chain away in time. Saberlight's going to commit him with the BKB and the arena, but he dies so quickly. They've got the control with the lasso. He's gone. Nightfall's ready to dive in and play aggressively with the last few moments off this Aegis, of course. As Nightfall, with the Aegis gone, but they got the kill on a Saberlight. They've only lost save themselves. Jump forward from Yopaj. He's going to try and fight this. He looks towards Mira, but Mira's ready to turn. They get the bushwhack control out of the two, and then Plasma Field comes out. But Mira posts the BKB impacts off the Fiend script. It's been dropped on an illusion. Nightfall's able to easily get away. In fact, he may just go back in. GPK makes the jump over towards Scam. The Ink Swirl stun hits onto the two of them. The Soulbind linking the both of them. As Nightfall trying to see if he can get the angle to get in onto these two. The BKB about to wear off for RTZ. It's 2 down on Shopify Rebellion. 10 seconds or so until Saberlight's back. GPK's ready to go again. Jumps in, gets the jump straight over towards Kitrak. Kitrak's out. GPK, he'll TP out. There's nothing to stop it.
Cool buyback from Save. Just really wanting to emphasize pushing forward. They're going for more. He's very important on the Grimstroke. He does let them just freely jump in and get kills like that. They don't get the tower, but big kills, big net worth. A good use of the Aegis there, I would say.
Absolutely, yeah. Saying, you know what? We're in a good position, but why not try and push that lead even more with the last few seconds of the Aegis? And they absolutely do. They grow that advantage. 12k lead now. All 3 cores in the top spot here for BetBoom.
And holy crap, did you see Saberlight? He has BKB, but my goodness, he chunked down. 2,400 HP, but look at his armor. Very lacking. And I mean, dude, this Soulbind and PL is just...
illusions everywhere.
Illusions everywhere so fast. It just becomes overwhelming in an instant.
They got the Ags on DK now over GPK. BKB on Toronto, Tokyo, and Nightfall very close to the Lincolns. Big items continuing to fly out for BetBoom.
Yeah, the fight's just looking more and more complicated. And they also got the gem. They took that one away. That was just picked up from Shopify.
Let's see what they can get here. They need to make something happen, Shopify. If they don't get a good setup and a good sort of play going at this point, this game very much falling out of their hands.
But BetBoom, I mean, the thing that they were so good at, especially in that last game, it's reading the plays, being prepared for the movements. Again, setting up as 4 heroes on the side.
They're going to see the creeps pushing up on the mid lane. They know that there's nothing being done there, so highly likely Shopify Rebellion's out on the map looking for them. That's the Lincolns finished on Nightfall.
I'm watching these Wolves just moving around, trying to patrol the area. They know exactly where they are. And now Smoke. They want to look for the fight themselves. A BKB now on Toronto, Tokyo. he has no fear to jump in anymore now on this Batrider. 5-position Batrider, by the way.
And we've been seeing, whoever he lassos just gets completely focused by the team and all the summons and just does not stand a chance whatsoever. GPK.
And he's so rich that he has Blink, Force Staff, and the BKB, so the Lincolns, it won't protect. Yopaj.
Try and start onto him, but there's the backup. Stabilize him with the arena. Toronto is able to put the BKB, try to drag Yopaj out to the side, but Yopaj will be fine for now. Soul binds out. Nightfall keeps his distance. Now he's ready to go back in. He's buffed up by the Inkswell. In on top of Stabilize. Stabilize gone. Skeptical. Yopaj also out. A triple kill for GPK, and he's not done yet. He looks over towards Arteezy. Arteezy pots the BKB. The static link over to GPK as Arteezy tries to get back up to the high ground. They've used 3 buybacks this Shopify Rebellion. 4 buybacks to try and keep this fight going. Stabilize. He's jumped back in over towards Nightfall, but Nightfall stands his ground. They take out Stabilize for a second time in this team fight. As Shopify Rebellion, they just cannot get the job done.
These Inkswells, as soon as it gets thrown onto Nightfall, super confident to just charge in. They get the catch.
Buybacks.
Yeah, they have the high ground advantage perfectly there too, starting the fight on Yopaj. No, and he's got some salves. He can really heal up a little bit there too. Great jumps again, 22k lead.
Yep. I mean, this is very much sort of I think there's a level of BetBoom play that we kind of expected to see from them yesterday, and they really had a rough one because we're seeing them come back in on this. And, this is sort of the top stuff that we've got used to them producing.
Absolutely. Honestly, this time, like the way that they set these heroes just to make the Razor look very useless, it's working, right? Like Arteezy, yeah, he's 4 and 5, but I watch him walk in, try to link somebody. There's just 10 illusions, 2 Manta DKs, creeps, wolves, etc. just running into him, so he just has to run immediately after the link.
Radiant's middle tower is under attack.
And now an amp damage bottom. Saberlight does find probably the best item he could have gotten for himself just now. He gets the Craggy code, but the damage is just, it's been done in these last 3 fights. The lead is absolutely insurmountable. And a wolf just sticking on top of Arteezy.
I mean, he's got to be careful how long he stays out here.
I mean, they're scouting right on top of him. This is some nice micro.
He's on his way out.
They might follow him. See if they look to do so. The wolf will follow him.
Keep that wolf on top of him.
I love Lycan. Honestly, it's like a hero we don't get to see as often anymore, but it still has a lot of these old school kind of things that it does where it gives so much information on the map.
You see that, sure they killed a lot of wolves, but I'm honestly wolves, it doesn't give up that much gold, right?
No.
Only 1,200 in total. I mean, that's not something that BetBoom care about giving up at all this game for the amount of information they've got with these sort of movements of the wolves.
It's really just in laning phase, right? That golden XP does sometimes matter quite a bit, but yeah, later stages doesn't mean anything.
Dire are scanning.
BetBoom, yeah, cruising. 20k lead. Gonna wait for Roche. 30 seconds, it should spawn. And Nightfall, almost having a heart. They couldn't kill him before that. With a heart, doesn't feel like they'll have much to be able to touch this PL.
And it really does feel like it doesn't matter whatever, what sort of a tough time you give Nightfall at the beginning of a game.
Saberlight.
He's on his PL.
The wolf was on him.
They might find him.
Oh.
Doesn't even feel needed. He's able to just get out with the TP, and he does.
The wolf's just right on top of him. Roche, it is up, and it is. They are all top side, so they do go scout it. They can take it in a heartbeat.
No need to hold back from that.
Nope. Any other big items picked up from Shopify yet? Almost a refresher for Arteezy. That feels like it's going to be the only big timing that they get now, pretty much for the rest of this one, it feels. If he doesn't have success with refresher, then they got to wait till 25, and I don't know if BetBoom's going to give them that time. And who knows if it's even going to matter.
Oh. Uh-oh.
Okay.
Let's have a look what's going on. Maybe he needs the toilet. We'll see. We'll find out. Let's have a look.
Sip of water.
You fought and died with honor.
Reason?
You fought and died.
Where's my reason? Drink break.
Maybe just DC. Very thirsty. Needed the pause to have those sips.
Nah, probably just having a bit of lag. Yeah. Normally the standard.
Right, Dota crash or something. Yeah, he's back.
There we go. Yeah.
Anything else that's big?
There we go.
How is Yopaj's Shiva? Yopaj still no Shivas. Got Gleipnir at least on Kit Track, so I mean they're getting a little more, you know, control and stuff like that. But Saberlight's game has fallen off a cliff completely.
It has. It has. Did have a bit of a shaky start as well. You know, it wasn't
The spears
necessarily the top level that we've come to expect from his Mars.
Yeah. Oop. And Toronto Tokyo. He's right on top of him. He's level 19.
He can definitely mess around with Saberlight
He can kill him.
Oh.
He can definitely kill him.
Absolutely. With Nightfall there, they don't even need to use a lasso. Not having a good time here. Out for a minute. And of course, without the buyback. TZ's got his refresher.
Okay, he needs 2 full duration links, so he needs to get that 20 bonus armor from the links to be able to stand his ground. But this is a timing. Be it small with what they're up against, it is something. Don't know if BetBoom cares though, whatsoever.
They're going to be ready to dive the high ground. Heart on Nightfall.
GPK Octarine, so we got the perma DK form pretty much online. Does he have the time warp aura? He does, so he actually does have it perma. So they've got the, what is this thing called anyway? The Frostbitten Golem for the 14% CDR as well on top of the Octarine. A very underrated creep, in my opinion.
And what are they going to do? I mean, at the side, they managed to get the catch on a Yopaj. They drag him out the base. Is he able to survive through this damage? He will get back up to the high ground, but he's caught by the Soulbind. They send the illusions in over towards the two of them, and Yopaj has to put the BKB. Jump forward for GPK. He actually kills up Kibrak with the help of the illusions from Nightfall. That's Kibrak out, no buyback. They bully Shopify Rebellion all the way back to the fountain. The space is there for them to get onto the barracks. The fortifications pop, but it won't stop this push.
They're dying just to illusions. RTZ, that's the first BKB. He's got a second.
Saberlight gets in with the jump. They're going to try and burst through the light, and Mirror's able to get the cheese of the BKB off, though. Cheese and BKB will try and walk away. RTZ trying his best to stay on top of the Lycan, and he will kill him.
Gets a big link.
Turns over towards Save as well. They managed to get 2. Can they get any more? There's going to be the buyback from Save. GPK standing his ground, puts the BKB. Saberlight backs off it, puts up his shield, tries to push back the God's Rebuke, but Nightfall's back in, and this PL's ready for the cleanup. Triple kill for Nightfall. Over towards Yopaj they go. No one on Shopify Rebellion having buyback available, as Yopaj is the last one left standing. He can run, but he cannot hide here from the chase of BetBoom. Up for the TP out, but the Dragon Tail stun comes into play. Ultra kill for Nightfall. You just don't beat this man's PL, Fogged.
Not in this type of game. GG is called. What a game. Shopify with a bit of an advantage in that early game, but that advantage